no to the voice inside that says, maybe later. Because later is the enemy of legacy. Later is how years pass you by without progress. Later is how people wake up one day full of regret, realizing they were always one yes away from greatness. But they never said no to what was in the way. Every yes needs a no to back it up. You say yes to purpose, then say no to comparison. You say yes to freedom, then say no to the chains you've grown used to. You say yes to growth, then say no to comfort. And mean it. Because when you say no with intention, you create space for what truly matters. You free your mind. You reclaim your time. You take back your energy from the things that never deserved it in the first place. And here's the most powerful part. Every time you say no to something beneath you, you train your soul to reach higher. You remind yourself, I am no longer available for average. You draw a line in the sand and dare the world to respect it. That's not arrogance, that's alignment. And alignment is what gives you momentum. Without alignment, you're busy but not effective. You're moving but going nowhere. But when your yes is focused and your no is fearless, you become unstoppable. You wake up every day with clarity. You move with purpose. You walk into rooms and shift the energy, not because of what you say, but because of what you no longer tolerate. That's power. That's presence. That's you rising. So from this moment on, don't just chase your dreams. Protect them. Guard your time. Guard your mind. Guard your energy like your future depends on it. Because it does. Your no is not weakness. It's wisdom. It's not rejection. It's redirection. It's not selfish. It's sacred. And if saying no makes room for the life you were born to live, then say it with your chest. Let the world adjust. Let the old fall away. Let the small-minded misunderstand. Because you're not here to be liked. You're here to be legendary. And legends don't say yes to everything. They say yes to what matters. And they stay awake while the world sleeps. The fear factor, where courage is born. Let's talk about fear. Not the horror movie kind. I'm talking about the real kind. The kind that sneaks into your thoughts when no one's around. The kind that whispers, what if you fail? What if you're not enough? What if this dream is too big for you? Let me make this clear. Fear is natural. You're not weak because you feel it. You're human. But let me also tell you the truth no one else will. Fear doesn't mean stop. Fear means go. Fear is not a barrier. It's a signal. It's a flashing light saying, right here, this is where your breakthrough lives. And most people, they see that light and run. They confuse the presence of fear with a lack of ability. But champions, they've learned a different rhythm. They don't run from fear. They dance with it. They lean in. They walk through the fire, not because they're fearless, but because their faith is louder. Because fear will always be present where your purpose is most alive. Always. So if you're feeling scared right now, good. That means you're getting closer to something important, something real, something worth it. Let me tell you what fear is really hiding. Fear is the doorman to your future. It's the toll gate before transformation. It's the curtain right before the stage. And the price you pay to walk through it is simple. Believe anyway, even when your knees shake, even when your voice trembles, even when your past screams at you to sit back down, stand up anyway. Because what you fear is never as powerful as what's in you. You were not made to live a safe life. You were made to live a significant one. And significant lives are not built in comfort zones. They're built in courage zones. So ask yourself, what are you letting fear take from you? Is it your dream, your voice, your vision, your power? Because here's the dangerous thing about fear. If you don't confront it, it will quietly redesign your life. It will guide your choices. It will build your schedule. It will shape your future. And you won't even realize it until years have passed. Until one day you wake up and realize you never really lived. You existed. You followed the rules. You stayed small, but you didn't live. Not deeply, not freely, not boldly. But you can change that right now by staring fear in the face and saying, "You will not own me anymore." You take the first step. You speak the truth. You send the application. You make the call. You walk away from what's breaking you, even when it feels familiar. You choose boldness over bondage. And yes, it will hurt. Yes, you'll question everything. Yes, there will be moments where you cry alone and wonder, did I make a mistake? But no, you didn't. You just chose growth. And growth always feels like breaking before it feels like building. But oh, when it builds, when you emerge from the storm stronger, wiser, freer, you'll realize fear wasn't the enemy. It was the doorway, and you walked through it. Don't wait for fear to leave. It won't. Don't wait to feel ready. You won't. You go now, with what you have, from where you are. You say, I don't know what's on the other side of this, but I know who I am, and I know I refuse to stay stuck. That's when the shift happens. That's when mountains move. That's when miracles begin. Because God never asked you to be fearless. He just asked you to believe. So take the fear with you. Pack it in your backpack. Tell it to sit in the back seat. But don't let it touch the wheel. This life you're building, it's driven by vision, not fear. So step out. Speak up. Stand tall. You don't need more courage. You just need 1 second of insane bravery. Just enough to jump. Just enough to try. Just enough to take the next step. That's how every giant leap begins. 1 second of, I'm doing this scared, but I'm doing it anyway. And those seconds, they change everything. So don't waste another moment waiting to not feel afraid. Move through the fear. Move with it. Prove to yourself that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the choice to act in spite of it. You are capable. You are chosen. You are ready. So rise, not because you're fearless, but because your dream is worth fighting for. And because fear, it only wins when you don't move. Burn the blueprint. Rewrite your story. Let's talk about the rules, not the laws that keep order. I'm talking about the invisible blueprint you were handed the day you were born. The one that says, go to school, get a job, buy a house, follow the system, play it safe, fit in, stay in line, smile when you're dying inside, survive, don't thrive. Obey the script. But here's the problem. What if that script doesn't fit you? What if the life you were told to want is not the life your soul was built for? You see, somewhere along the way, society convinced us that playing small was smart, that dreams were dangerous, that success had to look like a neat little checklist with a salary and a title. But deep down, you knew better. You always knew. That quiet voice inside, it's been there since you were young, whispering, there's more than these boxes, more than this mold, more than what they told you life was supposed to be. And yet most people ignore that voice. They silence it. They call it unrealistic. They call it childish. But I'm here to tell you, that voice is not naive. That voice is your truth, and it's time to listen again. Because the blueprint they gave you was never yours. It was passed down from people who never found their own path. And now? Now it's your turn to burn it. Yes, burn it. Tear up the script. Break the mold. Because your story was never meant to be written by someone else. You are the author. You hold the pen.